What's up, fight fans? It's the homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Just want to get up on here real quick, chit chat with the boxing fans for a little bit, man. And yeah, man, just got a chance to check out the Terence Crawford recent interview. You know, I know I'm a little late to the party with it, but shit, man, what a damn interview, right? A hell of an interview. He did it over there with Brian Custer. Once I'm done with this, I'll cut and probably leave a link in the description box, man. But he did a hell of a job, man. I got to give it to him, bud, out here revealing his truth. His truth. He letting the world be known that this is what I feel about it. You know what I mean? Just a couple weeks ago, Brian Custer had Earl Spence Jr. out revealing his truth. That was a real good interview, man. So it's a good interview, man. I'm just going to, talk about some of the takeaways that I got from it and go right into it. You know what I mean? But basically letting it be known, though, why he is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing, breaking it down thoroughly. You know, the crazy thing is that I ain't even got to play a bunch of audio for this because a lot of his views and stuff that he was saying, shit, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying, fight fans. Marquise Monroe, Marquise in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on, man? Lawrence Williams, what's up, my brother? What's up with you, man? Bud Crawford fan, what's up with you? Salute, man. I know all y'all didn't seen that interview, man. I know all y'all didn't seen it. That shit was revealing as hell. So I got some bullet points, man. We're going to get into it, man. We're going to break that shit right on down, dog. So the first one I noticed when he was talking about he don't want to fight with crowds. Of course, we already know Bud's position on this. He told Brian that he ain't interested in fighting without crowds. When he first told me this, when he first said this, I was like, a little selfish, maybe, you know what I mean? Because we all want to see Bud fight. So I thought maybe he was being a little selfish by it. But then when he broke it down, look, man, I done fought in bonds. I done fought at the low. I done finally basically made it to the promised land. I ain't going back. And I was like, well, maybe, you know what? He don't want Bob and them to know, look, I'm willing to even fight for this amount of money that y'all talking about. I don't even want y'all to know that I'm even willing to go there because I don't want y'all to be coming back to me next fight. You know what? Well, how about we just take a little bit more, Of course, he won't be back at his guarantee. Who knows how long it may be. And maybe he just don't want to set that precedent. Fighters like Bud in situations like he got, man, they want to protect that shit. They don't want his $3 million guarantee. He want to protect that. He ain't going to let that be compromised for nothing. So he's like, nah, man, I ain't fighting without no crowds. Everybody else can do what the hell they want to do. But I ain't fighting without no crowds. I done fought too much. I done fought in bonds. I done fought in basements. I done fought in the hood. Man, I done fought everywhere. I ain't going for it, champ. I ain't going for it. So, I understand this point on that. But that let us know, dog, we ain't going to see Bud no time soon. We ain't gonna see that man no time soon. The next thing he's talking about, man, I took away when he was talking about when he fought, when what he would do if he fight Earl Spence Jr. And the way he broke down his strategy. Did y'all catch that? The man said, look, man, basically in the nutshell, if Earl come in there wanting to come forward on me like he do everybody else, trying to, establish himself, establish his will. No, I'm gonna give him different looks. I'm going to give him different things, and he going to have to keep up. And if he don't keep up, well, guess what? That's on him. That's what he said in the nutshell. I'm paraphrasing. But shit, he told everybody, I'm going to get this man different looks. That is what I've been saying here since forever. Bud's toolbox. Well, all the things that he can do. All the things that he's going to have to do to get in there with Earl Spence Jr. Now, the question is how Earl would adjust to all of those different looks that Crawford talking about giving him. Crawford say, man, I done dealt with all kind of fighters, boxers, brawlers, technicians, you name it. I done been in there with them all. So I didn't know how to, I'm ambidextrous. I got all kind of looks I can give to Earl. And that's what I plan on doing. He said that straight like that in the interview. I thought that was perhaps for me, the most revealing part of the interview because he literally gave us a peek into it. He ain't saying off the jump that, look, man, I'm looking to bang with Earl. Like a lot of people like to accuse him of having all this dog and, oh, man, Bud got too much dog in him. It's going to keep him. He telling you, I'm going to go in there as a thinking man. I'm going to go in there as a thinking man. I'm going in there to use my brain. I'm going to give him different looks. I'm going to see if he can deal with that. If he can't deal with that, can you deal with this? And I know what Spence Nation out there thinking. Oh, man, but you don't never talk about Well, all the other things that Earl can do. Earl can do all of these things too. He can do some things, but from what we've seen, for the most part, we've seen basically the same Spence. I mean, I guess y'all want to say in the little Mike fight, we seen a boxing version of Spence, and we did see a lot of good things in that fight. We did. But for the most part, we've seen Earl. Earl is who Earl is. But in Bud's case, we've seen so many versions of him, I sometimes forget his name. You know what I'm talking about? So it is what it is, man. But he gave a good insight into me on what he would offer into a fight with Spence. Man, I thought that was revealing as hell, man. I ain't seen it. What's the link? Says Bud Crawford. I'm gonna put it in there probably after. If anybody got the link to that Brian Custard interview, y'all can go ahead and throw that into the chat. I don't think that's no problem with that, man. It's over at the Brian Custard podcast, man. It's like the one that's the whole boxing world talking about. I mean, this is the #1 pound for pound fight in boxing. You know what I mean? So that's why everybody's talking about it. But it was good, bro. It was a hell of an interview, man. But I'll definitely link it up after this is over, man. But he gave a lot of insight into what he would do if faced with the fight with Earl Spence Jr., man. He said he would give him different looks. He will switch it up. He will swap it up. He will see how Earl can keep up. And I like that, man. I like that answer, man. What else did he talk about, man? He also says that when he spoke on Earl, it seems to when he spoke to him on the phone, this is where he kind of left with this understanding. I was wondering, like, why did all of a sudden Bud become like humble Bud and shit? You did like Bud Nation out here riding for him, going to war with the Spence fans, and because Bud putting all these statements out here and all of these, every time you turn around, a different article out here, and it's Bud Nation riding against Spence Nation. Then all of a sudden, Bud is like, peace be still out this joint. He's just like, come out. No, Earl's not ducking me. It's all business. You know, PBC, they got a lot of things to do over there. You know, we totally understand. They got to, and I'm like, what the hell? It kind of caught me a little bit off guard. I was like, hold on, what? What is he talking about? No, Earl is not ducking me. That was Terence Crawford. And that's what kind of made me start looking at him a little like, what? And it showed in this interview that I think he got that from the phone call. The phone call that him and Earl supposedly talked about. He said that they went through the business. He said him and Earl revealed their future plans to each other and told each other, like, look, man, this is what I plan on doing. And if we're going to scrap all that, I guess this is what I'm going to need. Of course, they couldn't come to no sort of understanding. So they like, look, let our plans play out, and then we'll see each other at the end. That's what I got from that. And that's what made me go, okay, so this is where the pause came in. This is where the let's tone it down rhetoric type shit came from Bud. You did. So I don't know, man. Adrian, the problem, say Spence Nation in the building. Okay. Hey, Adrian, the problem. Hey, you see your man. He revealed to you. See Bud tell him, look, I'm going to give him different looks. Can your man Earl keep up? That's the question. Can he keep up? Can he keep up with all the looks? Southpaw, orthodox. Can he keep up with my man going on the inside, coming on the outside, the footwork, the angles, all that shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm just messing with you though. But salute to you, man. It's gonna be something, man. But he also, you know, but he showed me that after that conversation right there, though, that's the one, man. That's the one that kind of calmed him down, man. Let's see, man. He also went in that interview and he started speaking about Kell Brook. And now this is a fight y'all already know, man. I ain't feeling this fight like that. I don't think the Kell Brook fight. I think people running away with it too much. I don't even for real think Bud, like, this is not really high on his radar. I think it's being forced on him, it seemed like to me. Like the Kell Brook fight to me, I'm not a fan of that fight. I'm just not. Everybody be talking about name recognition and, oh, Kell Brook is a name. And man, look, man. No. Kell Brook is a name that has to be rebuilt. You dig? And that is not worthy of the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. You're talking about a fighter in Kell Brook who's at a weight class where he's still trying to find himself. Don't know he can come down to 47. Don't know if he should stay at 154. He don't know if he should be at a catch weight. He clearly has a golden opportunity right there in front of him at 54 that he ain't even taking. You did. Why ain't he pursuing that WBO at 54? I'm just baffled about that shit. Clearly, you see what was on the mind of Brook. He chasing checks. Oh, you can make that run for that. Go after Patrick Texer. Go right there. They both. He with Golden Boy, right? Whatever. But I'm not feeling the Kell Brook thing, bro. I'm just not feeling it. I think Kell Brook is days at 47 should be behind him. He should try to make that run at 54. If he can't make it at 54, get up out of boxing. That's what I suggest. All of this, let me crunch down, let me do the best exercises of my life and take the best vitamins of my life and do everything and not eat for weeks and not see a woman and do all of these things just to crunch and hope to make weight. Why, bro? What the fuck? Just go to 54, bro. All of that. I ain't trying to, anytime, if Kell Brook lose, the excuses going to be pouring out from Spence Nation by the multitudes. Oh, he was done. He was already, he couldn't come. He brought him down to a weight that he ain't fought at. He should have fought him at this weight. They should at least met him at a catch weight. Why would Bud do that to him? Why would he drain him in that fashion? Man, do y'all understand what would be happening? Man, that fight would be meaningless. Just like the Khan fight. It would be meaningless. So I don't like the Kell Brook fight. It don't come, it's not a win-win on that. Everybody like it's the name. Nah. Kell Brook name ain't big like that no more. Who told y'all this? Like, that's the one. This is the pound for pound #1 fighter who won champions. And y'all throwing him Kell Brook. A man who just fought Matt or Mark the Bazooka DeLuca. Let me run that past y'all again. He fought Mark the Bazooka DeLuca. That is Kell Brook's last fight. And y'all want Bud to fight him. Off for something that Kell Brook did years ago at another weight class. He ain't even fighting that no more. Man, come on. Don't make no sense whatsoever. Don't make no sense. Now, he also went on to say that he couldn't fight Kell Brook because of the travel ban, and that's making it hard to do, you know, and stuff like that. I'm sure if they wanted to get around it, they could have. They don't. Bro, this is not a fight that they clamoring for. It just, and especially without, you know, no crowds and all of this, that's not the opponent, bro. That's just not the one. And I understand what Bud probably feeling about that fight. I don't think he really like it. I could just look at it in his face after he stepped to Kell Brook in that video. And when he really wanted to bring some smoke to Kell, and Kell didn't seem like he wanted to smoke at that time. I think after that, it's like with Bud, it's like whatever. That was the moment. During that time, that was the moment. In the initial time. Since then, it's like Kell Brook go underground. He's doing whatever he got to do to try his best to make weight at 147. Man, that shit, this just is stupid. It's stupid. And when Kell Brook can go after the WBO, it's really stupid, man. But so I'm not feeling that fight. But he also says that Kell Brook, he was propping up Kell Brook, man. According to Bud, he felt like Kell Brook was winning the Errol Spence Jr. fight until the eye went. Well, that's a position that y'all already know how I'm feeling about that one. You know what I mean? I feel the same way. I'm sorry. I feel like in that fight, Kell Brook was up in that fight. And I plan on, you know what, I'm going to do a watch that fight. I'm going to watch that fight here on the channel live one day, man. I feel like Kell Brook was up in that fight. But if I recall, I want to say about 4 rounds to 2 by the time the eye went. Yeah, and a lot of people may say, well, you know, Errol Spence Jr. was coming on, man. He was coming on during that time. Bro, that when that eye went, soon as you seen the eye went is the instant that the fight turned. Like, that don't make that, that's the biggest coincidence ever out this joint. As soon as the eye, it's not like a couple, when that eye went, you seen a whole different Kell Brook. It was right up to that point, bro. I watched that fight enough to know it was like right up to that point. It wasn't like it started a couple. Yeah, Earl may have got a round, but it was still those real competitive rounds that Earl had got early on in that fight. Because I had it like 4-2. I gave him a couple of rounds. But the second that I went, that was not the same Kell Brook. I don't care with nobody. So I watched that fight a minute. He was getting tagged up way too clean, way too easy. That wasn't even going down in the first 5 rounds like that at all. He was hurting Earl and all that. Then the eye go. But no one wants to talk about it in that fashion. Now to Spence Nation, I know y'all. Well, man, how did the eye go? How did it just didn't disappear on his own? It didn't just, you know, Earl had to do something to make it go. And then I say, hey, you know, oh, it's a coincidence in the fight before that, the Golovkin shit happened. And then right after the fight, that's these coincidences, right? These are all these coincidences. But whatever. But I agree with Bud, man. I'm just, anybody who watches that fight, well, at least if you say, even because I know Spence Nation, you know, I don't know, like if Monty was here, he'd be, oh, man, you know, I had it even at that point. Okay, if that is the case, whatever, if you had it close, you still got to say that at that moment in the fight when that eye went, it changed. You can't tell me it ain't changed at that moment. Which was some of y'all going to say that Kell was on his way out in round 4? He was on his way out in round 3? That shit happened in like round, what, 6 or 7? I want to say 6. It's been a minute. But That's when that shit changed to me, Joe. I don't care what none of y'all talking about, man. Let me see what y'all talking about, though. Let me see what y'all talking about. I got Dylan in the building. What's up, family? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Bud Crawford says, man, he was winning the Triple G fight. Yeah, he was winning the Triple G fight, but I think that Triple G just went in there with a strategy against Kell Brook that allowed Kell Brook to do that. I think he looked at Kell Brook like a little fly, bro. Like, I'm going to break this little dude, easy work. And he let Kell Brook get some shot. I wasn't really too roused up by that performance. I mean, I think it's funny to me that the second that Golovkin turned on the gas, he broke his face. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then if you go back to that fight, I think it was like Golovkin's second punch of the fight that hurt Kell Brook. And it was just, I think he just kind of just played that strategy against Brook, walked him down, walked into a lot of shots, and eventually stopped him. But I understand what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying. Black Star says, man, that Kell was physically stronger, but Earl's punching power was the difference. I think the eye was the difference, fam. Earl did a good job down the stretch. His combination punching, I just think that Kell did a good job of surviving as long as he did. You dig? I think that it was just a matter of time, bro. Like, his orbital bone was gone. Once that goes, you ain't focusing on that fight, you in extreme pain. Then on top of that happened to fight prior. The man don't know if his eye about to go out. You know, I mean, it was shameful. He had to take a knee in front of his own people. Bro, that man ain't get. That's another thing. It ain't like Earl stopped him. He took a knee in front of his own people. But I don't want to rob Earl of that victory. It was a good fight for Earl. It was a really, really good fight where Earl had to put up with to go into that environment, man. I can imagine. The man probably had shit thrown at him and some more stuff, man. I know how the UK do. Y'all probably went hard on Earl over there. I don't deny it. And I made it a tough environment for him. Went into the backyard of Kell Brook. That wasn't a real good win. Don't get it twisted. But we gotta state the obvious and say that the second that I went, things changed. No one can dispute that. You can't dispute that. You can't dispute that, man. You can't dispute that. Let me see. Son of God say, man, Triple G broke Brook all day. Broke him. You know what I'm saying? Straight up broke him. You know what I mean? All day. What's up, D-Ray? What's up, famo? All the time, fam. All the time. We got to keep it 100 in this joint, man. Call it what it is, man. You know what I mean? Tank Nation in the building. What's up, fam? Earl went for the KO, and he got it late. Man, Earl took out of every fight other than that Porter fight. That was, bro, Earl was getting hurt in that. He got hurt multiple times in that fight. Like, Brook was strong as hell. You're right about that. But Brook was also using an effective strategy on Earl. And I don't know, man. Maybe, one thing, Brook does have stamina issues. I would have expected Earl down the stretch to snatch those rounds. But I don't know if Brook could have, at that point in the fight, man, if he'd have got 2-3 more rounds, he could have probably lost and just not getting stopped. He could have lost a lot of them rounds to Earl. I don't know, man. Just woulda, coulda, shoulda. But congratulations to Earl. But the fact is, man, nobody can convince me that when that eye went out, that wasn't the turning point of the fight. That was the turning point of the fight, man. That was the turning point of the fight. Yeah, man. To make a man take a knee willingly is better than a knockout. Exactly. But the man was in excruciating pain. Excruciating pain. Shit. Thinking he gonna go blind, he quit. He took a quit. Probably had his girl out there in the audience. He quit in front of his people that he got to walk down the street. Can't even go to the 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee right now at that time. Everybody, wait, he go down to the 7-Eleven, get a Slurp. They throwing cans and bottles at Kell Brook, all that. But at the time, bro, it was an odd thing, I thought, bro. I just think that eye just told a lot, man. All right, let's keep on going with this interview, bro. Terence Crawford also went on to talk about the double standards that the media showed him when it pertained to Manny Pacquiao. And he was saying at the time when he wanted to face Manny Pacquiao, everybody was like, oh, Pacquiao is old and Pacquiao is this and Pacquiao is that. Now, Pacquiao is the man and everybody want to fight him. And at first, everyone was telling him he want to beat up on an old Pacquiao and stuff like that. I think now that at some points in this interview, don't get it twisted, Bud Nation. Terence was kind of turning the fib knob a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's some points in this interview that my views honestly don't line up with Bud's. And we'll get to those points. But right here with the Manny Pacquiao situation, you did, and everybody always remember this time. I mean, my interpretation at that time was simple. You did that. Bob Arum had Manny Pacquiao, who still at that time was still a stop, and he was trying to and that was Bob Arum trying to keep his kung fu grip on Manny Pacquiao, meaning that Bob Arum could have made Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. There's no question about it. He could have made that fight. The thing was, if Bob Arum would have made that fight, he would have risked doing another Guillermo Rigondeaux. And y'all already know what I mean by when I say this. He would have risked knocking off Manny Pacquiao for Terence Crawford, a fighter who was tremendously skilled, tremendously talented, can beat whoever, but can't sell at that time. And there was no way that Bob was going to trade in and do the same thing he had with Rigondeaux when he put him in there with Nonito Donaire. And he just knew that Nonito was going to get past. Well, when he had got Rigondeaux, yeah, he had a talented fighter. But guess what? He couldn't sell him. His fights were boring. People were saying, you know what I mean? And you got to go back to that time when Bud was with Bob and Manny was there. He wasn't prepared to knock off Manny with Bud. That wasn't going to happen. So the media was out here talking what they were talking. It discouraged Bud a little bit. Bud said, fuck it. You know what I mean? If he want to do it, I'll do it. If not, it is what it is. I don't want to hear it no more. He's right there. That's Manny Pacquiao. Instead, Bob was looking for another Mexican star to get Manny involved with. Marquez ain't want to hear it at the time. Marquez ain't want to have no conversations. He's trying to do it with Rios, and he's trying to do it with all of these the dudes he had over there at the time. Y'all know all that top-ranked circus. He was trying to keep Pacquiao profitable and in the Mexican world and keeping him away from Bud. That's how it was going down. And that's what Bud was basically trying to say. And he like, look, man, y'all discouraged the hell out of me. Y'all telling me this man is a bum and I'm picking on him if I call him out. I remember all that at that time. And they were saying, oh, Pacquiao can do whatever he want. He's a legend. He can fight whoever he want to fight. He don't have to do this and he don't have to do that. Y'all know how it go. Shit ain't changed. This shit was going on back then. And Bud sitting around like, whoa, that's how people feel? Okay, well, I just wanted to get the fight. He won $20 million. Cool. I want what I want. Bob can do it, but I'm going to end up beating this man. And Bob going to have to give me the money. But can I draw? Especially at that time. So that's how it went, man. And you know what I'm saying? That was my interpretation of that time. Let's see. Bud also in that interview went on to compare his fights to everybody else, man, saying that, oh, everybody always talk about my resume. Why they always talk about my resume when I beat this kind of fighter, I beat that kind of fighter. I beat an Olympian, I beat orthodox, I beat brawlers, I beat undefeated fighters. He started going on his list of undefeated fighters. And then I started thinking, all right, Bud's resume compared to everybody else. Now, this is what I always say. Whatever I always say this in Spence Nation, if y'all in the building, I would love to hear your answer to this question. I always hit a brick wall with y'all with this one question. Just one question when it comes to Bud's resume. And no one can never seem to just answer this and just without going through some conspiracy theory. So I'm just going to ask the question. In the last 5 years, who at welterweight has had a bigger win than Jeff Horn? Riddle me that. And it's not even a trick question. This is a factual question. Give me another welterweight, whether it's Thurman, whether it's Porter, whether it's Earl, whether it's AB, Pacquiao, whoever. Give me another welterweight that's had a bigger win than Jeff Horn over Manny Pacquiao. Especially, you know, what you see Manny Pacquiao doing today. So give me another one. If your answer is, I can't think of one right now, man. I'm just going to say to you this while you're thinking. Bud beat him. Bud beat the guy that has the biggest win in the last 5 years at the welterweight division in his short time at welterweight. So when you coming to me with this resume talk, I just asked a simple question amongst all of the welterweights. Whether you say, well, do you find Sean Porter's win over, say, I don't know, Devin Alexander's, the Paulie Malignaggi's of the world, Danny Garcia? Do you find those wins bigger than what Jeff Horn did? Let's see what you ask yourself that. Earl Spence Jr., his wins over Lamont Peterson, his wins over Little Mike, his wins over Kell Brook. Is that better than what Jeff Horn did? No. The answer is no. The answer is no. But Bud beat him You feel me? That's the question that nobody can never get past. I just want to know if you say that Bud beat nobody. Well, Bud beat the dude who had the best win at welterweight. That's all I'm saying. He don't get credit for shit like that. That's the stuff that people sit back and say, well, he didn't beat nobody. Who he did? What the hell did he do at welterweight? When you ask that one simple question, well, who tops what Jeff Horn did? Then the people will tell you, I don't think Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. That's what you're going to run into right there. You're going to run into, he didn't beat him for real. They cheated Manny Pacquiao. When we all know that Jeff Horn beat the dog snot out of little Manny. We all know that. Manny came in there bullshitting. And came in there slipping and got his ass whooped. That's right, Pacquiao Nation got his ass whooped. He up in the press conferences with the cell phones, all that. Got his ass whooped, bro. Got his ass whooped. And so that's what happened. That's what happened. But the fact of the matter is Manny Pacquiao is a legend. Manny Pacquiao just beat Keith One-Time Thurman, a.k.a. the former Final Level, a.k.a. M. Bison. He just beat him. He beat AB. He's taking PBC's money by the boatloads. He's winning. And Jeff Horn beat him and Bud beat him. So miss me with the resume talk. Ricky Burns. Does anybody, all of these dudes, other than Earl did beat Little Mike. This was brought to my attention in this argument recently, which is true. Earl did beat Little Mike. But for the most part, them dudes ain't never beat 2 division champions or 3 division champions like Bud did with Ricky Burns. Oh, man, Ricky Burns, though, man. Ricky Burns, though. How many divisions was Ricky Burns a champion in? And then when Bud beat him, he went on and became a unified champion. He still beat champions. Bud still got a head like that on his resume. He don't get no credit for that. Nah, man, it was Ricky Burns, man. He went in his backyard and beat him, though. Does that mean anything? No, that don't mean. It was Ricky Burns. Who the hell is Ricky Burns? Ricky Burns is an accomplishment on Bud's resume that nobody over there ain't got. Bud is on his 3rd division. Them dudes on their 1st. They got to get like Bud. Bud already been there and done what these dudes already doing. Already been down this road. Everybody, we're going to just go ahead and bottle up a lot of shit right here, right now. All of this number 1 pound for pound talk. Yeah, it's subjective, man. You know it's subjective. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's subjective. But the Canelo Alvarez debate, miss me with that shit. You cannot put a dude who's cut every corner in boxing. When the last time Canelo fought at an actual way? Oh, his last fight. He caught Sergey Kovalev coming off being off a fight for 2 weeks. And sorry about this. Caught him off a fight for 2 weeks, and yeah, he did what he had to do. Okay. This dude has fought at too many catch weights. Too many catch weights. Bud ain't never fought at these catch weights. What is all these catch weights that Canelo got? He has a scandal within the last 2 years. Y'all want to say he number 1 pound for pound. What if Canelo couldn't fight at these catch weights? What if he couldn't, shrink people down and do these type things? Does he get these same wins like this? We don't know. All we do know is that he ain't fighting at the weight classes like Bud is. That's what we do know. Man, come on. Canelo can never, all because he doesn't even go up and fight the best fighters. Canelo is running and ducking and dodging from Dimitri Bivol and is getting to the point of getting embarrassing. I know we're talking about Bud, but just give me a minute. It's getting to the point of getting embarrassing because Dimitri Bivol is now on record, and I was going to talk about this, of saying not only will I come down and wait, but I'll take less money, bro. What else do I got to do to fight you? You want to come up here and fight Rocky Fielding and Sergey Kovalev after getting off a fight a week and a half ago? You want to fight them cats, but you don't want to fight Bivol, though. Bivol, like, I'll do whatever you want. I'll cut all the corners you want cut. I'll cut the weight. I'll even cut the money. Did you church mouse? No one's even mentioning it. It don't come up in no articles. It don't come up in no video, no interviews. It's like this shit don't even exist. This is the number 1 pound for pound. Y'all say number 1 pound for pound fighter, though. Ignoring calls. Cats that's willing to stoop to your level and cut the corners. What's up? I think Bivol beats Canelo. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Let's keep it pushing. All right, let's keep on. So Bud went on to talk about the PBC double standards. And he was saying that how You know, it's funny how they saying they can't make a fight before the coronavirus. Oh no, well, we can't come across the street. We fighting on the outside of the street. And you know, oh, we stand over here. Bud got to come on over here. This is where the money is. You know, we're free over here. Where everybody's great. You know, we're having the greatest time in the world over here at PBC. You know, join the party. That's what it was before the coronavirus. Now, Bud is saying, if you think about it, man, listen to him. They all saying, oh, they'll love to take a fight with me. Just send a contract, send an offer. What the hell changed? I'm with him there. What the hell changed? What changed from before them saying, no, he has to come on outside of the street and we don't want to deal with him, and you know, who is Bud and the WB no and all of this other stuff. But then the coronavirus happens and it's like, oh yeah, tell Bud to send the contract. We down to fight. Ugas want to fight. Thurman want to fight. Everybody want to fight now, right? Funny. Y'all don't find that a coincidence. No, that's just not a coincidence. That's just happens. They've been calling them out, man. What are you talking about? Everybody wants to fight Bud all of a sudden. But before it was size of the street. That was like phrase of the year and shit. Size of the street. You a boxing fan? Say the word size of the street. That means you're a boxing fan. Now all of a sudden, size of the streets don't matter. That's what Bud's saying. I'm with him there, bro. I'm with him there 100%. That's a double standard. And not to mention, he's saying that look around you. He brought up the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder situation. They just made a fight. He brought up the fact that, yo, I've already fought PBC fighters in the past. Like the Diaz's of the world and stuff. He said, I've already fought PBC fighters. Most importantly, I could have added to that and said that, don't remember the ones you turned down, bud. Remember, you turned down Luis Collazo. You ain't want to face that trash at that time. You got fed up, remember? They were down to send those fighters. But they can't send Danny. They can't send Earl. They can't send Sean. Everyone's preaching the same shit of size of the street and money and all of this. But Bud just laid it out for you. How come you can send me these cats? How come I can fight them? How come before the coronavirus, it was size of the street and now everyone wants to fight? When there ain't no crowds. When no one can really make a purse that's what you asking for. Why are you coming to me talking about something you want $20 million when we ain't got no goddamn crowds? Everybody brave now. PBC is the brave crew now. Everybody got hot over that joint now, huh? Everybody want a deal. Everybody want a contract. Damn, champion. Facts hurt, man. Facts matter. Facts matter. KP from KC5 says, man, Bud sounded real satisfied with what he's done. He ain't going out of his way to do nothing. I mean, like I told people before, bro, like Bud got that $3 million guarantee, man. And he's like, what am I jeopardize this for? Tell me, why am I jeopardizing this? Like he was even mentioning about Porter. And I agree with him. That was my position on it the whole time. You want to send me Porter now. No one talked about sending Porter when he had a strap. Nobody talked about sending Porter when he was burning hot and everyone was talking about Sean Porter. Now Sean Porter needs a fight, begging for a fight, hoping. Now it's no crowds and I can't make no money. We can't make money like that. Now it's everybody want me to face Sean Porter. I'm not lying on nothing I'm saying, fam. That's what's going on with Bud. But the narrative is, it's funny how we live in this funhouse mirror of boxing and people can interpret that shit different. Ain't that funny? Like, how do you hear what I'm hearing different and see what I'm seeing a little? I find that shit really funny. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Let me see, man. Bud and Earl will fight. They got to get Bud's stock up so the fight can max out the money. Marination, aka marination. I hate that word, bro. That's what you just described. I understand what you're saying. I think the money is there, but maybe not now because of the coronavirus and stuff like that. Of course not. You know what I mean? But prior to this hitting, I thought they could have did it. I thought they could have did it, bro. If they announced that fight, I'm gonna say this again. If they announced that fight, that would take over the sport of boxing. They would be smart and wise to announce that fight months in advance. That would take over every discussion in boxing. We will be all debating. You will see so many live streams popping up on your feed of everybody debating that shit for months. That shit will be epic. The promotion on YouTube alone would just be monumental. I'm thinking we talking definitely fight party worthy. It would have got there. I think so. I believe so. You feel me? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk in the building. What's up, homie? What's up with you, fam? How you feeling, man? Talking about my main man, Bud. You already know my point of view on my main man, the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. You know what it is, fam. Salute to you, man. Salute to you, man. All right, let's keep on going. So Bud went on to talk about the David Benavidez leg. Man, this is where me and Bud differ at right here. I'm gonna tell y'all, I like this, Bud Nation. I'm not buying Bud's explanation on this shit. He talking about some, oh, well, yeah, everybody want to talk bad about me now after I beat Benavidez, and he wasn't limping, and he didn't show no signs, and he said he was good. Man, Benavidez wasn't passing up on that check, and you know it, but Benavidez wasn't going to say anything to jeopardize that fight. He had a big check about to be delivered in the bank. You think he going to sit back and tell anybody his leg messed up? Hell to the nah. He like, I hope you don't say nothing. So, of course, he's going to feel that way leading up to the fight. But we all know as fight fans what it was, bro. That man's leg was done in that fight. He had no mobility in that fight. And on top of that, what makes this thing really more intriguing, and I said it at the time, you can check the vids because my archives don't lie. Bud was getting right hand central put on him that night. Central. And I always wonder if Benavidez had two good legs that night. The way that Benavidez was fighting with one leg, I don't care what you say, Bud Nation. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want. The way that Benavidez was fighting that night, whether the stars were just lining up perfectly for him, Bud was having an off night, whatever you want to say. I think if he'd have had two good legs that night, he might would have got Bud that night. Bro, he was laying right hands at will on Bud with no mobility. And I was saying, damn, I was shocked how many right hands Bud was taking. Now, I know some of y'all out there, I know Crawford Nation, y'all gonna be, well, man, he just did that. He tried to take advantage of his one leg and he tried to put it on him and he walked into a lot of shots. Say whatever you want, man. He ate a lot of punches that night. And Benavidez, you know, everyone knew at that time that Benavidez was messed up going into that fight. And I do wonder how it would have played out if Benavidez had two good legs. Real spill. I got Renee Box Young in the building. What's up, homie? What's up with you, family? What's up with you, man? How you feeling, Holmes? How you feeling? You know, we talking about Bud. Got to cover that interview, man. You did. Yes, sir, man. I trust the actions, and he is doing a lot of acting and not fighting. I trust actions, and he's doing a lot of acting and not fighting. Yeah, well, we got to get some competition. Got to get a dance partner, man. You did. Or the corona, he just told you, man. Like now, all of a sudden, everybody want contracts. I can't send you one right now. Let's see if they're going to be calling for these same contracts once we can get back to crowds and, you know, they can make some money into the sport or whatever. We'll see. But hey, man, like I said, man, he tried to hype it up. Oh, Benavidez was coming off of 2 stoppages. He said in the interview, man, look, I get it. But Benavidez fought 2 bums. 2 bums. I remember leading up to that fight. They was like, who did he just beat? Yeah, I ain't gonna say I don't want to say bums, but he beat 2 unknowns. He ain't stopped nobody of note. Like you was trying to hype it in the interview, like, oh, we coming off 2 stoppages. Nobody wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't limping. He said he was just fine. Nah, bud. We ain't buying that one, Holmes. Benavidez was jacked up. And he laid leather on you that night, bro. But I get it. But that's what me and Bud gonna differ on that right there. He went on to talk about the Jeff Horn fight. I already explained this to y'all a little earlier. And he says that, you know, of course, Jeff Horn, he feels the same way. Jeff Horn convincingly beat Manny Pacquiao. Convincingly. And I went in there and beat Jeff Horn. And let me just throw a little asterisk in there and say first fight at 147. He went up there and beat Jeff Horn. And there has been no other welterweight since Jeff Horn's victory over Manny Pacquiao. No other victory can top that. And Bud beat him. So, and been there just as short as time as the rest of them cats on the other side. Trust and believe. And Bud says, I would love to see how those cats over there would mix it up with a Jeff Horn or say a Benavidez. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that myself. Y'all, a lot of people don't give Jeff Horn that credit. Now Jeff Horn, he all out of whack now. He should have stayed where he was at, if you ask me. But he up at 160 pounds now, chasing fights. I don't know what the hell he chased. I don't know what the hell going on with Jeff Horn, man. But the fact is, at that time, bro, say what you want. Jeff Horn was a seriously credible win. And he says he gets no credit for that today. I'm with him. He went on to talk about the Amir Khan fight, in which he says that nobody ever outboxed Amir Khan, but yet I get no credit for basically outboxing him every single round. I remember that talk too. You know, see, some of us got good memories out this joint. You know what I mean? Like I remember that talk, and people were saying, "Oh, well, Khan never got outboxed," and no, I think at the time the talk was no one ever beat him at welterweight. It was like all of these little hype points, and going into the fight. Oh, this is gonna be a good measuring fight for Bud. Bud goes in there and dominates him, and it's Khan is this and Khan is that. Khan was never this or that from the jump. No one ever believed. Y'all believe that hype. Bud just like, look, fuck it. They found somebody for me to make $3 million against. It is what it is. I'm gonna knock Khan ass out. But he outboxed Khan for the most part. I gave Khan like one round. And one round was real close to me. You know what I mean? But for the most part, he outboxed Khan. Man, he's saying he don't get no credit for that shit. That is very true. I remember when Khan went up to face Canelo, though, man. Khan go up there and fight Canelo, man. It was like a big deal. When he go fight Bud, it mean nothing. Crazy. Crazy. All these excuses. Oh, he shrunk him down in weight. He did this. He did that. Man, Khan was supposed to be this ultra boxer at 147. It's always something. It's always something. So he says he get no credit for the Khan fight. Now, a lot of Spence Nation like to take the Khan fight. And they'll say, well, man, well, how the hell does Bob Arum pay Amir Khan $7 million and not pay nobody else that amount of money? And this what makes this would give Spence Nation bazooka ammo. They be sitting back like, yeah, what's up with that? He offered Danny Garcia $3 million, but yet he offers Amir Khan $7 million. When I go back and say, well, actually it was a little different than that. It was the guarantee was a lower number, and then Amir Khan got money from the pay-per-view revenue. But the thing is, the guarantee number that Amir Khan got wasn't much far off from what they offered Danny Garcia. And that's just Danny could have came back to the table and say, hey, I know that you guaranteed Amir this. How about you give me this, some pay-per-view revenue, and then we can talk. The thing was that during that time, though it was still a janky ass offer because it went to Angel or however it went, but whatever. The fact is, there was no counter. Danny never came back and said, well, let's talk about it. Danny just like closed the door, shut the door, and cut the lights out. I ain't got nothing to talk about. Danny, to this day, #1 in the WBO. You hear him making no noise. WBO, what you going to do? Are you going to force a fight so Danny can just make himself look bad and drop out the rankings? What is the Mando? Who's the next Mando? It should be Danny Garcia. Last I checked, unless he already did it. And one of y'all can update me on that. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what y'all talking about, man. Just BET says Spence is aging Bud out. They need to make the fight next year. Pretty soon, the demand will die out for that fight, man. If one of these dudes lose, Joe, that's just going to do it. And they running a serious gamble. I mean, like I said before, in Earl Spence's case, where any boxing pundit would say, look, take a tune-up. You dig what I'm saying? It's only the right thing to do. Earl is the one that wanted to say, look, I'm too good. I don't need a tune-up. Fine. But these are really close gambles. It's not like he's talking about coming back against like anybody. Danny can punch. That's a risk. And then you talking about no tune-ups after coming off with you coming up. These are a lot of gambles that everybody be saying, well, wait till the fight get bigger. Wait till the fight get bigger. We ain't learned from AJ and Wilder. We ain't learned. I don't know, man. Mr. CBD need to get some smoke, man. He ain't did nothing. Jack shit. Shakur about to catch up. I know. Being undisputed don't mean nothing. KP from KC5. Oh, man, that was years ago. Okay, cool. Beating Jeff Horn don't mean nothing. Like I just told. Oh, man, that don't mean nothing. Beating 2-3 division champions don't mean nothing. Beating Olympians, that don't mean nothing. Nah. Being on his third weight class, that don't mean nothing. Nah, that don't mean nothing. Them cats over there still on their first. When they gonna leave? God damn, man. Earl over that joint doing everything. He can't even eat so much as an Oreo right now. Dog, when them cats gonna leave? Bud on his third class. They got to get like Bud. You did. Salute to you, fam. All day, man. Renee, y'all chopping it up. Hold on, let me go. KP says, yo, man, ain't about to keep losing money. I don't blame him for not paying Porter, but if they can get Keith on pay-per-view, I'd buy that shit. You heard in the interview, Bud said that he felt like, yo, that was the first fight he mentioned was he'll take that #1 is Keith Thurman. I keep telling the fans out there, y'all can say what y'all want about Keith. That is the one that demands a lot of respect from these cats on the low. Even Earl, yes, right, Spencer. Even Earl. He respects. I don't like Keith Thurman. That's smoke and mirrors. I see right through that shit. He sees Keith as a serious threat. And he's wondering, is Keith going to ever become that Keith? Because if he ain't, I'm good. But if he is, then I got to get ready for this dude. That's where Earl at. All of y'all thinking that Earl just counting them out, y'all is fooling yourself. Earl's sitting back evaluating, like, which Keith do I got? Because there's another Keith. Oh, yeah, there's another Keith. And I ain't talking about the one that talk about the hand and the bones and the bruises of the bone. And my bone is bruised because the bone got bruised last week. Then I crashed into a car that nobody can find the car or the accident, but I bruised my bones and now my hands is not that Keith. No. Don't duck me, son. Is that dude still there? That's what Earl wondering. And that's what Earl trying to figure out. I don't think he quite figured that quite out. I think that's going to be revealed once we all come back and see what Keith really talking about. See, talking about he can't hit a bag right now. We'll see. We'll see. But I still think they all wondering, is that dude still there? Because if he is, he's a threat. And I got to beware. Hashtag #MBison all day. I got my brother in the building, Monty. What's up, famo? What's up with you, man? What's up with you? My brother, main man, salute. Earl don't like your mans, bruh. Hey, bro, he ain't got to like him, Monty. I mean, I said this 100 times. He ain't got to like him, fam. And you know, if you want to link, fam, you can get on here. But he ain't got to like him. Bro, he hate his guts. He can say, oh, I can't stand him. I don't like his face. His face look like a thumb. You can say whatever you want. But guess what? You're going to respect me. You're going to respect me. And I think at the end of the day, in listening to Bud's answer and saying that his #1 fight will be Keith Thurman, he would love to get a Keith Thurman fight. He think that's a threat. And they still think that dude still exists. And I think your man Earl just wondering, just he got to be wondering, like, is he still there? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go on, man. Let's go on. So Crawford went on to say also that, so we just talked about the Khan fight. So he also goes on to talk about his love for Tyson Fury. And Terence Crawford explained the Fury situation. And of course, y'all already know how I feel about this. This ain't no secret. But he explained the Fury situation, and he felt like he says Fury is his favorite boxer on the planet right now. I mean, look, hey, feel how you want to feel. Everybody entitled to their own opinion. Cool. If he feel like Tyson Fury is his favorite fighter, that's what he feel like. But you know what? One thing I do find funny that he explained, and I thought he did a good job explaining it. That's at least the point that I got from it. And that was he went back to the 12th round of the first fight between Wilder and Fury. And he said that he felt the reason he was impressed with Tyson Fury is because Tyson Fury, when he got pretty much knocked down by Wilder at that moment, he got up realizing I took his toughest punch. And from that moment forward, he never lost again. Like he took it to Wilder from that fight leading into the second fight. He went into there with more confidence. Like I took all that Wilder got. And he went in there in that second fight and did what he did. And that's what amazed him. And that's a good point. You know, just being, I guess, put my semi-unbiased head on right now. You know what I mean? Like, just looking at that point to know that that's a beautiful thing, man. That Tyson Fury, from the moment that he got up from off that canvas, I mean, controversies aside, from the moment that he got up from that canvas, how he took it to Wilder in that 12th round and never lost since. He really never took a step back since. That story, man, that's crazy. I don't know. That moment right there as a boxing fan, regardless if you like Tyson Fury or not, just as a boxing fan, you gotta feel some kind of way as a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Monty said send him the link. For sure. Let me get Monty up on here, man. I know he gonna come up on here defending Earl. We pretty much went through everything that Bud pretty much said. So yeah, man, we gonna get Monty up on here right now. Let me get this link real quick. Hold on, fam. All right. Oh no. Stand by 1 second, fight, fam. Let me get Monty on here. Yeah, man. So I mean, Earl he let it be known, man. And Monty, we're gonna have to one of these days, man. We're gonna have to do a watch of that Kell Brook and Earl Spence Jr. fight, bro. I was explaining to them earlier, man, how I felt like when the I had went out. That pretty much did it. You know what I'm saying? That was the turning point of the fight. And I thought Kell Brook was up. And, you know, Terence Crawford felt the same way. He felt like Kell was beating Earl up until that point of the fight. And that was the turning point of the fight. Hey, man, I think so, bro. I always wonder. But like I say, if was a fifth, right? If was a fifth. So I'm shooting that out to you right now, bro. Coming right now. Hold on, money. Bam. All right. Should be already out. Right there. All right. Stand by, fight fans. 1 minute. Just stand by 1 minute. All right. Hopefully you got it, bro. Want to hear what Monty got to say about Earl, man. Got to hear what he got to say about Earl, man, and all of this. And all of this. Man, he had a good point. But one more thing I want to talk about, though, that Terence said that was also a little interesting, and that is he was explaining about how if the PBC fighters wanted to cross the street, all they had to do was go over there and talk to Al Heyman. He started to go down the road. He started to go down the road of explaining that, oh, well, these dudes are advised by Al Heyman. They're not promoted by Al Heyman. So if they wanted to make the fight, they could really, all they got to do is go and tell Al he works for them and they can make the fight. They're their own promoters and all of this other jazz. The thing is with that, Bud kind of like telling the half truth with that. Yeah, they may be their advisors. Yeah, they may not be promoted by Al Heyman, but Al Heyman is also the brand. You dig? Al Heyman is also the brand, meaning that yeah, they can't just walk out the front door just because he's their advisor and say, hey, you work for me. This is what you're going to do. He is the brand. PBC is Al Heyman. So there's a different little thing there. It ain't like he just is the advisor and he follows the fighter around everywhere they go, like some little, little managers, like some little Jerry Maguire or something. You know what I mean? Nah, that ain't what he do. He's the dude I am the brand. So they cannot just do that. And he got them under all kind of contracts where, he got to sign off on that stuff. And he telling a little half, they can't just do that. You know what I mean? So that's under any circumstance. And I would think he would know that, man. I would think he would have definitely known that. They ain't as free as they always say they are. He is the brand. And then on top of that, like it's the same way that I was trying to explain with the Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia situation. These entities, these outfits are now in the business where they taking money from the networks. They're not creating their own. Like at first, when PBC first came through the building, they were buying slots. They were just buying up the slots and then basically on their own time. But at this point now, they taking money. Yeah, they got we rave about these big deals. Oh, they're going to get 100 million from this network. They're going to get this from it, but they taking money now, which means that these networks got way more say so. You know what I mean? Way more say so. PBC fighters are nothing but hoes, say Clay Stevenson. Man, a lot of fighters in boxing ain't nothing but hoes, bro. You did. There's a lot of fighters that's in situations they can't move. None of them can move. Look at Ryan Garcia, bro. When he got revealed the other day that your man made $50,000 in the fight, got paid 50 grand for real. I don't know, man. I told her something. We'll see, man. But yeah, it's Suspense Nation out there, though, man. Y'all need to start understanding something, man. Bud is the truth. He is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. Look at this interview alone right here, right? Look at the reaction around the boxing world. Everybody talking about it. That tells you something about it. He is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. He says besides himself, he sees that the next guy up, Vasyl Lomachenko. That's what he says. That can be a discussion. Vasyl Lomachenko. But all I do know is Vasyl Lomachenko nor Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, reigns #1 pound for pound over him. Where you at, Monty? Where you at, man? Just waiting on Monty to come on there, fight, fam. That's from just kind of prolonging it a little bit, and we'll see what's going on. I think we covered everything, man. My man basically like Rodney Dangerfield, though. He like, man, I ain't getting no credit from nobody. Nobody don't want to give me no credit. Everybody want to chop my resume up. Everybody want to say I ain't fought nobody. No one want to mention the other side. They don't want to take fights with me. They want the most money. Prior to the coronavirus, it was crossing the street. After during the coronavirus, it's send the contract. No one wants to call out these discrepancies. Everyone wants to look at me. But it's just like the old saying goes. It's lonely at the top. When you #1, everyone's looking at you under a microscope. Every little thing you do is a huge thing. And it's like that with Bud. He can't do nothing. No one gives him credit for like Julius Ndongo doesn't even exist in Buzz. People don't, when you mention Ndongo, People laughing at. Oh, he was who he beat? Who he? Stop it. We'll see what's up. Where you at, Monty? I don't want to have to shut this down, fam. I'm about to get ready to get up off here if you ain't gonna come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on Monty Brown, fam. We're gonna get on here Wednesday also to do We Talking Boxing, man. So y'all come on through. All the prize winners, everything should have been shipped out. Y'all should be having that delivered in your inbox real soon. You know what I'm saying? Real soon. So we'll see. I hope my man want to watch that Kell Brook fight too, man. We definitely want to chop that up, bro. Where you at, Monty? Where you at, man? I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. I don't know if Monty coming back or what's going on, but I'm trying to hold out for him for a couple more minutes. We're going to try to wait on Monty. See what's going on, man. But that Benavidez explanation from Bud Even, man. I definitely didn't like that answer, man. Yeah, thumbs up for the fam, man. Thumbs up if you pull up, man. As you come on in, thumbs up for the fam. Just chopping it up about Bud, man. You know what I'm saying? Breaking it down. I was hoping to get some Spence Nation in here, man. I was hoping to get some Spence Nation to come on in, tell their side. You know what I'm saying? Dylan says, man, I wouldn't hate seeing Kell versus Earl too. I mean, at this point, I don't want to see Kell do nothing at 147, bro. I don't want to see him do nothing at 147. It comes with too many excuses. It comes with it's not a good look, bro. He been gone from the weight class for far too long. Stay at 154. If he can't do nothing at 54, man, then I don't know what it is, bro. I just don't like that fight. I don't like nothing for him at 47. Now, if Earl says, hey, I'll come up to 54 and take on Kell Brook. Now, I'm down for that. I'll be down for that. I think that's just something more better. But I don't want to put either fight at a disadvantage, man. I'm tired of us talking about fights. They got to put other fighters at disadvantages. Why we always got to put fighters at disadvantages? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Renee Box Young says, man, there are great fighters in all promotional companies, not just in one. No, it's great. That's why all of these promoters need to get along. Hey, man, that's why you got that MTK Summit playing out, man. They all gonna be down there chopping it up. You know what I mean? Hey, MTK Global got them flying to the Middle East and you gonna put them all in a room. Y'all gonna do business. This is what's about to happen. I got the networks, I got the promoters. Look, we about to all make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Yeah, man. I don't know where Monty at, man. I've been trying to hold out for him, man, but I'm gonna have to get on up out of here, fight fam. I'll probably catch up with him a little bit later. Maybe we'll get back on here later in the night. Or if I see Monty on live, I'll just jump on his, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and roll up out of here, man. Salute to the fam, man. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. I see y'all Wednesday where we'll have a slew of topics, man, ready to get it in for We Talking Boxing. And there go Monty right there. He just pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. Almost think you was gonna make it, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man?
Yeah, I done had a damn cripple moment, man. Taking my medicine, shot soda all up my damn nose and shit. Had to switch my shirt. And shit.
It's all, bro. It's all good, fam. That's why I say I ain't want you to rush, man. You know, I would have probably got back up on here if you'd have got on here later on or something.
Oh, man, I ain't doing shit. That's over here. Just got to eat some little food and shit. Uploading my knockouts on YouTube and got to get back to this homework. But what's going down, my brother?
Man, you know, man, going off of what's going on with Bud, man.
Man, I finally watched the whole thing. You know, it was chopping up and shit. I had yesterday. Because I didn't know it was out. I was a little bit behind, so I checked it out and I seen you was talking about him though. But you know, his take on Fury, like you said, it's his take on Fury. But Bud need to do a little bit more research on Fury, man.
Yeah, man, that's his personal opinion. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. That was a couple of points in the interview, man. Me and him kind of went left on, man. Like I told him earlier. That the Benavidez fight, bro. The way he tried to smooth over that leg issue, man, like it was just like nothing. And Benavidez was just kind of just fine going into that fight. Nah, I wasn't buying that explanation.
You know, the reason why I give him credit for Benavidez because Benavidez pulled up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like we do know he had an injury and shit like that with the leg, but like Bud say though, the motherfucker did have 2 knockouts before he got into that ring. And if that leg,
who did he knock out? He knocked out like nobody.
That's true. That's true. But still, like you in the ring, you fight. Shit, it's like don't just you fighting though. Like once you sign that contract, it's up. You know what I'm saying? It's up. Now I understand what you're saying for us, the credit for it. And like I said, I understand what he's saying as well too because it was hype behind Jeff Horn when he beat Pac. I give him credit for Pac. The American shit, I don't really. When he was outboxing the American, yeah, but we know what Khan was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you then, Monty, because I think I asked you before. Can you give me another welterweight that has a bigger win than Jeff Horn in the last 5 years at welterweight?
Nah, because he got Pacquiao.
There's so when Bud beats Jeff Horn, because I think you give him credit for it. I mean, that's a credible win, right?
Yeah, because you got to think about it, bro. Everybody wanted Jeff Horn when he beat Pac, right? Thurman wanted him. Remember Sean Porter, his daddy say they'll fly to Australia and fight him.
Right.
Before Thurman took his ink, after he beat Danny, he said he would have fought him before he took the injury thing, and I believe he would have fought him. Yep. You know what I mean? Earl wanted him. Everybody wanted him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they on the plate, but nonetheless, you got to give him credit, bro. Like and like I say, I still got my post review out on the Pac and Thurman. I thought Pac won the fight, but like Bud say, you can't call it a robbery because it was close. It was close. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I still got my post review where I gave Jeff Horn credit out the ass. I gave him his credit.
Yeah. Just Bud just roughed him up.
Yeah,
Bud just roughed him up.
But and another thing is that was Bud's first fight coming up to 47, and we all got to admit Jeff Horn is a big motherfucker. People thought Jeff Horn gonna have some type of success, and I knew Bud was gonna beat his ass, but he went out there and washed his ass and stopped him. Like he looked like he was 147 pounds as soon as he came up. So I gotta give him credit. That was his first fight at 47. That's his first fight fighting a big motherfucker like Jeff Horn. Now, if Jeff Horn would never done that to Pacquiao and he just came up and fought him, people probably wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? Be like, this, that, but nonetheless, he fought the shit out of Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And Bud went in there and did what he did to Jeff Horn. Easy, you know, and made it look easy at that. I mean, to me, that's like the biggest win. I mean, that's a monumental win. I can't, of course, it's hard to put that up against Sean Porter and all that, but that's still to me a big ass win, bro.
Hey, and it's for a WBO scrap. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how the other welterweights would have did with him. We just don't know. Knowing Jeff Horn's style, if you sit there and fight him, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know how they would have done. Well, we can speculate and say, yeah, Porter would have beat him, Earl would have beat him, Thurman would have beat him, and I would have picked all three of them to beat him. But how would they beat him? You know what I'm saying? Like we can say, oh, Earl would have bodied his ass, did that. Porter would have roughed him up. Thurman would have out, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give Bud this credit on that.
Lawrence Williams say, if Benavidez's leg was hurting so bad, can somebody please tell me why did he weigh in at 145? Yeah, man, but I mean, look, man, like that shit to me was just obvious, bro. Like the man could not move in that fight, and with like I said, every time I watch that fight, I always wonder if Benavidez, bro, if he would have had two good legs that night, man, would he have beaten Bud that night?
Would you compare it to Miguel Cotto and my man's man? What's my man's whose name went out? Yuri Foreman. Do you remember that fight?
Yeah, I would, because I believe if Yuri that night would have been complete himself, he would have beat Cotto, and it's the same thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda argument. You know what I'm saying? But what can you do?
But my thing with that with Bud was like you can't say one thing like for what I call him I don't want to call him a hypocrite, but what I say it was a double standard was when he talked about Kell Brook. Oh, but we know Kell Brook, I was this, that, but then you want to protect Benavidez with the leg, you know what I'm saying? So you can't go out there and say, oh, Kell Brook, I this, that, and the third, and then come back and say, oh, Benavidez's leg ain't fuck, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the same thing, though. That's the same thing that I'm saying. Because
how you saying?
With Bud, yeah, and that's why I always be trying to say it's the same thing on both sides for me with Earl and with Bud with that. With Earl with Kell Brook and with Benavidez and Bud, you know what I mean? The same way that I always say, well, what if Kell Brook and if I wouldn't have won in that round or whatever, how that fight would have played out. Same thing with Benavidez. I think that both of them that night, on those both separate nights, both met opponents that they could have lost to if both men probably wouldn't have got injured in that fight. I mean, that was a real big possibility. I mean, I would think anybody can admit, I would have to admit that, you know what I'm saying? Even as a Bud fan, like, he could have lost to Benavidez. That Benavidez was putting right hands on Bud all night, fam.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Bud probably would have switched it up, though, if he was coming forward. I think he knew that, and he kept.
You think that's what you think that he just fought that way because of the way the status of Benavidez was in?
Yeah, he probably figured out, like, this motherfucker got one leg. I better take it to his ass.
But, remember in that fight, Bud switched it up in that fight. That's what made him start to kind of pull it off down to, pull it off and put a more distance between him and Ben. At first, he was fighting the fight one way, trying to be mano and mano, but he was getting touched up too much. But then he tried to box, but he had to start moving and taking advantage of the fact that Benavidez wasn't moving as good. and he started to figure out, okay, well, I got him right here. But my thing is, what if he could have? And that's why I mean, that's just something we never know. I guess.
I gotta watch that fight because I ain't seen that fight in a minute neither.
Yeah, but if you go back to that first half, man, Bud was struggling in that first half. He had to switch it up and institute more movement, man, and move around on the outside more. And that's what started bringing it in for him. But it's just something I always go back to. But also, and I don't know if you've seen in the interview, did you see where he started talking about if a fight played out between him and Spence on exactly how the things that he would do in that fight?
I had watched that part.
He said he'll give him many different looks. He'll change it up on him. He don't know if Spence can keep up. You know what I mean? I'm like, no. But that's what I've been telling people for a minute. Like, bro, when he get in there, the way I see the clash of styles is one man just trying different things and whatever and seeing what's going. I think Spence catches on over a matter of rounds. Like if Bud gonna go in there and try to box him, it's just a matter of a few rounds before Spence started to get the pace down and start to catch Bud. Then Bud gonna have to swap it up. And then but will it be a game where Bud just kind of leading Spence around trying to do different things and Spence just catching on fast? How do you see that? How you see that fight? Something like that playing out?
But see, that's why I say with Bud, he got to beat Earl Spence, you got to have them strong legs to move. And Bud do got strong legs. But when he say, he go switch it up and do things like this, that's his objective. That's what they gonna say. They looking at it, but he don't understand what Earl gonna do. He don't know if Earl can adapt or not. So that's why I'm saying if he can't, he's saying this because Bomac say one thing, but he know his ability as well. But like I said, I see the fight playing out as Bud trying to come out boxing and trying to stick to the boxing game and try to land hard shots because he know you're not gonna just stand there and bang it out with Earl. But I think Earl pace and the way Earl gonna cut the ring off is gonna have to force him to sit down and fight. And I think when Earl catches ass with a hard shot, Bud gonna want his shot back. The crowd go determine the momentum of the fight as well. And I feel like Bud will start off trying to box. Because I don't think the southpaw stance go bother Earl. You know what I'm saying? So I think he go probably stay orthodox. Even if he do switch southpaw, I think it'd be a disadvantage to him. You know what I'm saying? But him having strong legs to move left to right, going forward and backwards, that motherfucker can fight going left to right, going forward and backwards. Like I say, to me, I believe Bud got the most skills in boxing. Just what I seen from the kid in the game and what he do and how he do it. But with that being said, I think Earl body work, you know what I'm saying? The roughness of Earl, the toughness is go force because Bud a tough motherfucker too. He's a strong motherfucker as well.
Yeah, he's strong.
Yeah, I just think once Earl start touching his ass to the body and start landing big shots, I think Bud gonna want them shots back. And it's gonna be dangerous for Earl as well because Bud can shoot inside your shots. And I think he kind of a little bit more better than Spence with punching inside your punches. And I think that's what's dangerous for Earl as well. But I think that's what's going to get Earl to fight. I think that's once they sit down and start going, I think, in my opinion, I think Earl been in the fights where he just had to grit it out a little bit more. And I think he just got a little bit more grit than Bud. And he going to grit that shit out. And I got him taking Bud. I got him taking him, bro. I don't see
the body.
No.
I don't see Bud being able gonna stand right there in front of Spencer, gonna let Spencer's gonna hit him downstairs like that, bro. Like that's
that's where you got to cut the ring off. And Earl is a body first type of fighter, so the body don't move though, man. We know that. And yes, I know we go to the body, you leave yourself open for a shot, and Bud is smart enough to take that shot, but the body don't move. And I don't think Bud is more physically stronger than Spence. He's strong, and I ain't saying Spence go bully his ass all around the ring like that. But physically strong when you in the locked up, I don't think he's more stronger than Spence, and I think he go find it out. And I think that's when Earl go body his ass off the break or try to push him back to the ropes and get it there because you gonna have to lock Bud up to keep his ass from moving. And I think Earl do got the pace to catch up to him to lock him up.
I think that's an underestimation though of Bud's power, bro. Look at what Bud been doing at 47. All the stoppages he's been getting at 47.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean? Like
power. I'm saying physically strong. I'm not saying for his punching power, for his locking up. Yes, I know Bud is strong, but I don't think he go outpower. You know what I mean? Spence. Now, underestimation is Bud doing these many things and Earl not being able to catch up to him. That's an underestimation because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's the game of the unknown. But at the end of the day, all we can do is go off what we think. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
That's true. I just look at it that Bud, like out of all of the champions, he's the one that's actually stopped another champion. You dig what I mean? Like he actually like Jeff Earl didn't stop Lil Mike. Earl didn't stop Sean.
Little Mike.
He didn't stop Sean. He didn't stop him. I mean, on the elite level. I mean, if you wanted to say Jeff Horn at the time, he was a world champion. He came off beating Manny Pacquiao. He was stopped by Bud.
Oh, that's credit. That's undefeated. You got. Hey, I ain't taking nothing from him.
I just think Bud's power is the most underestimated part about him, and that's going to be the way. I think when Spence look at Bud, he looks at somebody he thinks he can run over. You know what I'm saying? In one way or another. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's going to be the case, bro. I think that Bud is going to start to move on Earl. If Earl start that double jab upstairs, try to bring that left hand downstairs, I think Bud going to see that coming. And I think it's going to take Spence to have to make some sort of adjustment somewhere along the line too. I was saying earlier, bro, like I said, the last time we seen Spence really have to make an adjustment was against Mikey, right? Everybody else, he pretty much beat in the same fashion.
And we know Mikey is a hell of a boxer, though. You gotta give him credit.
True. Mikey's a hell of a boxer. Kind of small, you know what I mean? Kind of short, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Two weight divisions, you know what I'm saying?
One weight division, but
you know, but that, come on, man, 35 to 47. That's
one weight division. Being a champion at 40, though, like, come on, one weight division.
All right. So he came up a division or two or something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say from 35 to 47. That's cool. You know what I mean? But in that case,
came up too, bro. Bronner came up too. But go ahead, bro.
But in that case, in a lot of cases, bro, I have never seen Mikey fight like that. I mean, I ain't taking nothing away from Earl's victory. It was a good victory. But a lot of that was Mikey just caught up in the mix, bro. Like, I ain't never seen him in that. Terence would never fight like in that fashion. I mean, never fight in that. Mikey he fought timid. He fought real timid in that fight. I just didn't even know that was Mikey Garcia, bro. And I don't see Terence being able. He's not going to. He's not going to stand and let Earl do the things that he did to Mike to him, bro. It's just not going to happen.
But my thing is, like, when you say let, he didn't let him do anything. Earl did it. You gotta get Earl
did it. Earl did it. Mikey
now, of course, we know Bud is a totally different fighter. That's why Earl and Bud is cut from the same cloth. That's how I tell people. To me, just me, in my opinion, it's a 50-50 fight on the skill level. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50 fight. And some people, if you want to edge a 55 to 45 to Earl, I can see it. I won't say shit. But I feel like the grit of Earl and like Earl not taking no for an answer. Now, Bud is a different animal. Like you say, I think you're missing up the power and strength. I understand Bud do have power in his fist, both hands at that. He's a hell of a puncher. But I'm just saying
physical strength.
Physicality, like on the lockup and things like that. I don't think Bud is more physically stronger than Kell Brook. You see what I'm saying? I don't think if in the lockup, now he might be able to wrestle and do things like that. But physically, I think Earl and Kell Brook was the two physically strongest. Kell and
I agree with that.
The two physically strong. And believe it or not, Keith Thurman is a physically strong motherfucker, but he don't really use it because he like to move and shit. But I feel like physically strong, like in the lockup, I think Earl is more stronger, and I think Earl could push him back to the ropes and try to get his body shots off. Because one thing about Earl, we know he gonna let them bitches fly downstairs. Whether they hit you in the nuts, somewhere, legs, hip, he gonna hit you somewhere to frustrate you and make you be like, okay, it's gonna slow your ass down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Bud do have strong legs. He got strong legs to move 12 rounds on your ass. So if you can't cut the ring off, if you can't adjust to what he's trying to do, it could be you know what I'm saying, look bad for my guy in there. But I'm banking on my dude to beat him, to go in there, the pace that he fight at, to cut the ring off. Even when Bud tried to go left to right, we saw Chris Algieri trying to go left to right, and we seen how Earl kept the pace up, chasing his ass down, especially when he in good shape, chasing his ass down and forcing.
Algieri got no pop though, bro. He can't pop back.
I know, but I'm just saying cutting the ring off, and we seen the fight try to go left to right. And I'm not saying Chris Algieri is nowhere near a Terence Bud caliber of fighting, but I'm just saying, just showing you how you can put on a pace and cut that ring off and force you to sit down and fight. And I think Earl he's not going to shy away from power. But Kell is not a weak puncher. You know what I'm saying? Earl, the power ain't gonna discourage Earl. It ain't gonna be the power. You got to do some special type of shit to make Earl stay up off your ass, or you got to hit with a certain different type of power where you can hit that shit and be like, oh shit, hold on. And not just saying to go rush in on, but like, oh, it ain't gonna hurt him or phase him, because we know getting punched in your shit go hurt. But I just think that's not what's gonna phase Spence. That's where that grit and that dog will come in there. It's gonna be like, especially once shit get heated and going, it's gonna be like, okay, motherfucker, it's gonna be me or you. You have to take me out. And I feel
And
like
see, I think that mono e mono, and a lot of people say that about Bud. That mono e mono gonna get Bud into a lot of trouble with Earl. I think it can be played out both ways. I think on top of that, that mono e mono can also be detrimental to Earl because there's gonna come a limit with him because when I notice is when his stamina starts to die down some, he gets a bit sloppy sometimes too. I mean, down the stretch, bro, I just see Bud as being more calculated down the stretch, and Spence being a lot more trying to dig into Bud and trying to really put that pressure on him. But that's where I think Bud's brain power gonna come into play, and giving them different looks is gonna be the difference that Earl has never seen down the stretch with another fighter. See, what all the other fighters, he knew what to expect going down the stretch with them dudes. He knew that Sean Porter was going to be Sean Porter. You did. Lamont Peterson going down the stretch. I mean, he was at that point in his career, he was a little limited. You know what I mean? And he beat Kell going down the stretch. Down the stretch, I just think that if you put him in there with Bud ain't going to fight down the stretch like them dudes do. And I think he going to meet a different animal in the championship rounds than he would with a lot of his previous opponents. You know what I'm saying? Than he would with Bud. So
we can say the same about Earl though with Bud. So I don't think Bud seen nothing like Earl in the ring. So that's why I say it's gonna come down to the adjustment. We can go back and forth. It's gonna come down to
them championship rounds are gonna be precious, bro.
It's gonna come down to who wanted the most. And even though you're saying you ain't gonna see it, them championship rounds might be close to where you gotta grit that shit out. It might be down to the round where, hey man, you need these last 2 rounds, bro, and on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And who wanted the most? Who wanted the most? That's what it's gonna come down to.
I think I could definitely see this fight being decided right there. But I think that at that point in the fight, it's gonna be brains against. I don't want to just label Earl Spence as like some just come forward, just brawn type bulldozer dude. You know what I mean? But I just think at that point in the fight, they're gonna be doing what they do best. You know what I mean? And I just think that it's gonna come down to like brains versus force. And in them championship rounds, bro, we gonna see who can dig. Which one of them is their stronger point? Does Bud have the bigger brains, or does the strength of Earl Spence Jr. down the stretch too much for Bud to handle? And I think we're gonna end up in a situation similar to that, especially down the stretch. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a good one, though.
It's gonna be a good fight, fam. It's gonna be a real good fight, man. One last thing before I let you go, because I got to get ready to get out of here, man. One last thing, Bud's resume. I think you more so. You. How do you feel about Bud's resume? You think Bud's resume is a little, people be shitting on it a little too much, or you think it's a good resume, worthy of a pound for pound champion?
I do. I get my like I said, I get Bud. I take nothing away from Bud Crawford, bro. Because like I say, I'm not. Yes, I love a good resume. I understand the resume game, and I know what people feel about the resume. But I am an eye test man. I am a skill level man. I go about this with Keon all day. I used to do this with Corey. You know what I'm saying? I love the skill level of Bud, and what I know I see in Bud is the real deal. It's not like Bud is a fluke. It's not like Bud don't want to fight these dudes. We understand the situation. He explained that kind of nice. He's like, I couldn't knock him on that. When he explained the situation with the PBC thing, I couldn't knock him on that. But you got to understand, it's business. It's business. It's business, because your promoter did the same thing. Now, understand you saying you signing with Top Rank, you feel like, oh, I'm still this guy. I got this title. I think I thought I was gonna get the fights, but you know what I'm saying, it kind of curved a different way. But for us, the resume, I cannot knock him on his resume, bro. We got to understand, bro. He went over to fight Ricky Burns in his fucking backyard. You know what I'm saying? I think what they really try to knock him on, they want to say his. And I hate when they go to 140 and they don't want to give him credit for Victor Postal, because Victor Postal was undefeated. You know what I mean? Hank Lundy, I understand people don't like Hank Lundy, but he was a tough cookie. Diary Jean, Felix Diaz. Yes, Felix Diaz was a fucking gold medalist. We can't take that away from him. I know a lot of people always want to say, what have they done after? You can't say what they done after, because what they was at that time, they was on their shit. You know what I'm saying? So he came to 147, won a fucking title in his first fight. You know what I mean? Can't knock him. He knocked out everybody at 147. I see my dude Lawrence Williams, but I think he's saying, well, I think he giving Bud credit, so I don't want to knock that. But he knocked out everybody at 147, bro. The eye test and the skill level, and Bud not afraid of nobody. He talked the right talk. He want to fight. I know people. He's saying this. He's saying that. You know, I do want him to fight a fucking Sean Porter or somebody like that if it come down the line for happen. But
how about Kell Brook though? How you like that Kell Brook thing? I'm not feeling that fight, bro.
Well, I gotta say, bro, Kell only lost to Earl. Like you said, he only lost to fucking Earl and Triple G. But like, you got to think about it though. Kel still have a name. He still has that resume. He's still a strong motherfucker.
How much credit? How much credit Bud getting from Kel beating on Kell Brook, a fighter who hasn't fought at 47 and forever?
And see, that's what I hate. I hate that situation right there because it be shit like that where we throw a fighter away, like we throw Kell Brook away now because he lost that. And I understand what you're saying at 147, but if he can make the weight, he can make the weight. And
but we heard years ago before he even left the class, how it was bad for him to make that. How he should have been left and went to 54. He even missed weight at 47 before. He struggled with the Carson Jones situation. Then he came back at a high weight against Carson Jones, fought much more better. You know what I mean? The thing is, I just don't think that you're getting the best Kell Brook when you bringing him down to 147.
What if he come back and get Bud problems though? That's what I'm saying. So
for 4 rounds, 5 rounds?
I'm just saying, even if it's 4 or 5 rounds, if you go in there and win 4 or 5 rounds, then that means Bud won 7 or he won 8. But my thing is, what if you go in there and give him a tough fight? Will we say, oh man, Bud ain't shit, bro? He let a washed up Kell Brook do this to him, or would we say, damn,
but it's not worth all that you will have to do to get that fight done, and to pay the amount that you will have to pay Kell Brook, all the wrangling that got to get done to make that fight. To me, it's just if you I'd rather see Ugas. If you gave me Ugas over, I'd take Ugas over Brook.
I'll take Ugas over Brook because we know what Ugas has done. And Ugas is on a winning streak. Ugas has been active. Like I say, Ugas deserves a title fight with any other champions. I won't be mad at nobody. You know what I'm saying? I won't be mad. But from Bud perspective, I don't know, man. He looking at the name. He's saying he got a bigger name. And I hate that they doing Ugas like that. I hate that they doing them like that.
It's the same trap he got caught in with Khan. See, it's the same road we went down with Khan when Khan is a big name and he got this man. Nah, bro, them days are over. Kell Brook name is not nowhere near the same it used to be. Nowhere near. I think people overplaying the name game. You know what I'm saying? With Kell Brook, oh, he has a big name. No, the man is coming off a fight with Mark the Bazooka DeLuca. You know what I'm saying? His name recognition hasn't been nothing these last couple years. Yeah, I'm being honest.
But my thing is like, I don't know, man. With the like I said, I'd rather Ugas Porter or Thurman. Thurman said this, he said that. I would rather one of them guys. But
I think Ugas makes sense to me. Given the history with Bud, man, I think that's the way to go, bro. I think that's the way.
And he's saying they can be made. So he's saying on this he'll fight them. So
he's saying they can be made, but he also saying prior to the coronavirus, it was coming across the street, and now that coronavirus is going on, it's send me a contract.
But Ugas here though. So Ugas ain't in Cuba. And I understand what he's saying. Oh, and there's the champion. They want to try to put him on the table because PBC was doing business within themselves. And you know that's how the game go, bud. Just like I say, if we reverse the roles, if we put Danny and Porter over on on top ring side and Thurman on top ring side, and they had titles over there, and Earl had the IBF, you know what I mean? And Earl was like, oh, you know what? I'm ready for one. You got Bob Erman's go say, I'm mixing and matching my champions how I'm doing. That's just the business of it. You know what I mean? When you get caught on that side, you got to roll with the ducks, and his ducks are falling how they falling. If I don't know, man, if Brook fall there, maybe that's the best thing. But he's saying Porter can happen. He's saying Thurman can happen. He's saying
he should go after Hooker. He should go after Maurice Hooker. Why not?
He had 4-7, but they're in the same camp. So
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting about that. You're right.
But like I say, Ugas though, he's saying it can happen with Ugas. Go and make it happen. You saying out your own mouth these fights can happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
He out his own mouth. So why not? Because like I said, I'm with you, Kell Brook over there. He said it's not gonna happen because Kell can't come over here. But Ugas live in America. You know what I mean? I think if we start pushing Ugas down the throat, and we can see what happens.
I think it's a high possibility though we can get. I think honestly, Ugas is more closer than Brook. That's what I think. I think he has a better chance of actually getting Brooks is on a hope and a prayer. He got to hit the weight, and then you know Brook ain't even want to fight Khan, which was his biggest rival fight. He ain't even want to fight Khan at 147. He told Khan to meet me at a catch weight. So that's what I mean. Like it's not. I don't see even Brook even really maybe even getting down. I think Brook would be better off going after that WBO, going after Texer and trying to get that fight. You know what I mean? That'd be his best route if you ask me. But leave Bud alone.
Do you think Bob will do everything he could to get that Manny Pacquiao fight? Because Bud talking like they in talks. So you think Bob will give Manny that $20 million that he wants?
Yes, I don't think Bob gonna have to give it, but yeah, I think that's why Bob is so enthusiastic to make it because he ain't got to pay for it. You know what I mean? He got some backers, he got the people that's down to pay for it. But from what I'm understanding, it's all also a lot of it is depending on crowds. So I don't know, man. I mean, from what I'm understanding, Bob got that Middle East thing going on, and he got them dudes to fork up some money, and they trying to lure Manny Pacquiao with their bag of money that they got. But it all depends on them. If they not ready to go, Bob can't go. That's the only way that's gonna happen. Bob ain't gonna entice that with like his ESPN money. Nah, bro, he enticing that through MTK and the whole Kinahan connection and the whole stuff like that. So if it work out good down there, and if they got the money and they willing to put it up, I think they can lower Manny Pacquiao, depending on his contract. But I think they could, but it all depends. It's a lot of factors in it.
That's true too. I want, like I said, I feel like he do deserve to fight. But my only thing with him was, I hate how he say Manny did this, Manny did that. He say he been chasing Manny since 2015. I hate how he won't address Bob Earn for robbing him of that fight. He won't say nothing about Bob saying I saved Manny Pacquiao because I didn't want him to get beat up.
That's what it was about, bro.
Yeah.
He saved his style. He knew Pacquiao. He knew that Crawford would have knocked off Pacquiao, and he would have been stuck with a dude he can't sell. You know what I'm saying?
And I think another thing, Bob Earn probably in the back of their head, he probably had that Mayweather 2 in the back of his head as well. Like if I let Bud beat this motherfucker ass down the stretch, it's no floor. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep the hope alive until Manny, left his ass.
Bro, I got 2 words for you, man. Guillermo Rigondeaux. Same old story all over again. What he did with Nonito Donaire. He got stuck with Rigo, couldn't sell Rigo, had a great fighter, talented dude, like he got with Bud, great fighter, but he can't sell him. I can't move him. You know what I mean?
Rigo ass at the camp after that fight. He kicked that motherfucker all the way to China.
Yeah, and there was no way in hell that he was gonna let Bud knock off old Manny, bro. That just wasn't gonna happen, man. Not at that time. That's why he was trying to keep Manny in the Mexican fights. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. But I gotta get ready to get up out of here, famo. I appreciate you stopping through and wrapping it up with the homie. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
Always, bro. Always, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, rock with me, man. Wednesday night. And also, fam, I got to get that rematch, man. You know what I'm saying? I just give me that rematch.
I just dropped some highlights on YouTube. Check it out. But look, I was just thinking about that today, bro. Go hit you up. Be like, when you want that rematch, bro?
I'm ready, fam. I'm ready. We're gonna get that cracker locking again, then, bro. We're gonna have to get that rematch going.
We can get on here just like this, bro. And with the people, we can go over that Brook and that Earl fight.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to look. Let's do 2 fights actually. I want to do the Brook and Earl and the Porter and Earl.
Yeah,
we can do both. You know what I'm saying? We can do both because you already know my position on that Porter and Earl fight. So
yes, sir. And we gonna take the course and we got to explain to each other in that round what we thought and how we thought they won that round.
Let's set that up. We're gonna do that. Let's do that. 100. You know what I'm saying? We can do that probably on a weekend when everybody got some time to just kind of chill out. You know what I'm saying? Is that cool? Maybe we do that on a Saturday.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
All right, I hit you up behind the scenes and we'll get that shit lined up. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that 100. I definitely want to do that. Let's break the fight down. So I'm gonna get up out of here though, fam. Man, you stay cool, man. I appreciate you rocking with the homie though. You already know.
No doubt, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. That's it, man. That's Monty Brown right there, Monty Brown TV, man. If y'all not subscribed to Monty, man, you wrong on many different levels. The homie be having interviews, all that. You call yourself a boxing fan, you want to know what's going on behind the scenes, man. Hey, some be kicking it with them and making them comfortable, the whole 9. Go rock over there with Monty, man. Check out his interviews all day. We're gonna be seeing Earl Spence Jr. pop up over there real soon, and I'm definitely gonna be there because main man got questions. I see y'all Wednesday, man. Y'all stay up. This was a nice little chat about Bud, man. I ain't intending on being on here this long, but go ahead, run it back, man. We covered the whole interview in the beginning, and we chopped it up with Monty in the end. Good live, man. Much love to the fam. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. And as I always say, until the next one, peace out.